Morning. I'm V. Srinivas Reddy, Associate Professor of Mathematics, in Government Degree College, Ramanupet. This is my ninth video lesson in this series. So this is second one on the topic vector calculus. Today I will talk on surface integral. So today first I will define surface integral, and then we'll go how to solve the different types of surface integrals, method of solving, method of finding surface integral, and some different problems on surface integral we see today. So before going to define a surface integral, what is the meaning of a smooth surface? So a surface r bar equal to f bar uv is called a smooth surface if f bar uv is continuous and possesses partial derivatives. So a surface r bar equal f bar uv is called smooth surface if f bar uv is continuous and has a and possesses partial derivatives. That means and has partial derivatives with respect to u and v. With respect to u and v. Now we see the definition of the surface integral. Let f bar be continuous vector function. Let f bar be continuous vector point function defined over the smooth surface r bar equal f bar uv. And S is the region of surface. Divide this S surface region of surface into n parts, S1, S2, Sn. Divide this region S into n subregions, S1, S2, Sn, and whose areas are delta S1, delta S2, delta Sn respectively. That is, the area of S1 is delta S1, area of S2 is delta S2, and so on. Area of Sn is delta Sn. Let Pi be any point on the surface Si. So let Pi be in any point on the surface Si, and Ni be the unit normal vector at Pi. So take Pi be any point on the surface Si, and Ni bar be the unit normal to delta Si at Pi for I is equal to 1 to n. That is N1 bar is the unit normal to the surface S1 at the point P1, N2 is the unit normal to the surface S2 at P2, and so on. So and delta, let delta A is the vector area of delta Si, then automatically delta Ai equal to Ni bar delta Si, because the delta Ai bar is the vector area, delta Ai bar equal to Ni is delta Si. Let In equal to sigma f bar Pi dot delta Ai. That means f bar P1 dot delta A1 plus f bar P2 plus dot delta A2, and so f bar Pn dot delta N. Simply we write sigma I equal to 1 to n f bar Pi delta Ai, f bar Pi delta Ai. So but delta Ai equal to delta Ai equal to Ni delta S. So but since delta Ai bar is the vector area, and therefore delta S is the area of the surfaces. Right? Therefore delta Ai bar equal to Ni bar delta S. Therefore finally we are getting sigma I equal to 1 to n f bar Pi dot Ni delta S. Here that will be there. So if this limit exists, limit n tends to In exists, then this limit is called the surface integral or normal surface integral of f bar over S. If limit n tends to infinity In exists, then this limit is called the surface integral or normal surface integral of f bar over S, because n bar is a unit normal. That's why this is also called normal surface integral of f bar over S, and it is generated by f dot n ds. This is a S f dot dA, because dA bar is vector area, dA bar equal to n bar ds. That's why we write the surface integral of f bar over S can be written as integral S f dot n ds, that is f dot dA. So finally f dot n ds, that is f dot dA equal to, this is a sigma limit n tends to infinity In is a sigma equal to 1 to n f bar Pi dot delta. So flux means if S is closed surface, then the surface integral of f bar over S is called the flux of f bar over S. So here surface integral f dot n ds is called the flux of f bar over S. Simply flux means the surface integral of f bar over any closed surface. Over any closed surface is called flux. See the now Cartesian form of the surface integral. Cartesian form of the surface is integral. Let f bar equal to f1i plus f2j plus f3k, where f1, f2, f3 are continuous and differential functions of x comma y comma and z. X comma where f1, f2, f3 are continuous and differentiable functions of x, y, x comma y and z. Let the direction cosines of n bar are cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So that is then n bar equal to cos alpha plus cos beta j plus cos gamma k. So direction cosines means if a line makes an angle with x-axis alpha, y-axis beta, z-axis gamma, then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called the direction cosines of the line. So here n bar makes an angle with the x-axis alpha, y-axis beta, gamma. That's why we have taken here cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So n bar equal to cos alpha I plus cos beta j plus cos gamma k. So this is the into SF dot and is equal to f1 cos alpha plus f2 cos beta, f3 cos gamma. Because f bar is f1i plus f2j plus f3k. This is cos alpha I, cos beta j, cos gamma. So f1 cos alpha plus f2 cos beta, f3 cos gamma. So this can be written as double integral s f1 dy dz, f2 dz dx, f3 dx dy, where ds cos alpha, ds cos beta, and ds cos gamma are projections of ds on yz, zx, xy, and xy planes respectively. Here ds cos alpha is the projection of ds on yz plane, then automatically ds cos alpha equal dy dz, and similarly ds cos beta is a projection of ds on zx plane, then we write ds cos beta equal dz dx, and similarly we write ds cos gamma equal dz dy. How to find the surfacing? How to calculate the surfacing? Now, depending upon the problem, you see three methods, three types are there. Depending upon the problem, you can use these three formulas. So if R is the projection of S in xy plane, then integral S f dot n ds equal double integral f dot n dx dy by mod n dot k. If R is a projection of S in yz plane, then integral SF dot n is equal double integral f dot n dy dz. It is in yz plane, dy dz by mod n dot n. So if R is projection of S in zx plane, then integral f dot n is equal double integral f dot n dz dx by mod n dot j. So these are the three formulas you can use. Sometimes some problems can be used using any of on any one problem, any one of the formula out of three. Some problems you can use only using two formulas. Some problems can solve only with the one formula. So these are the three. If you take in xy plane, you can get f dot n dx dy by mod n dot k. Similarly, in yz plane, f dot n dy dz by mod n dot j. Similarly, in zx plane, this is mod n dot j to mod n dot I. So generally, first we have to find the unit normal. Actually, unit normal, if the equation of surface is fx by z, then unit normal base is del f by mod del f, del f by mod del f. So grad f by mod grad f. Or another formula, suppose if r bar equal to f bar function of if r bar is function vw, f bar vw, then n bar ds equal to dou r by dou v cross dou r by dou w dv dw. You can use this formula. If r bar is a it is a function in vw. This is important. R bar is function in vw, then n bar ds equal to n bar is unit normal dou r bar by dou v cross dou r by dou w dv dw. And we write here u dot n is equal to double integral s u dot dou r by dou v cross dou r by dou w dv dw. And if r bar is a function of xy, it is a function xy, then we write n bar ds equal to dou r by dou x cross dou r by dou y dx dy. Here in place of v, x is there. In place of w, y is there. Dou r by dou x cross dou r by dou y dx dy. So for the polar coordinates, x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. In double integral, we take dx dy equal to r dr dt, r dr dt. So these are the, if r bar is function vw, then n bar ds equal to dou r by dou y cross dou r by w dv dw. In case r bar is in function xy, n bar ds equal to dou r by dou x cross dou r by dou y dx. And for the polar coordinates, x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, dx dy equal to r dr dt. See some problems in surface integral. See first problem. If S is the surface of entire xy plane, evaluate the integral I is equal to double integral e power minus x square minus y square dx by transforming the integral into polar coordinates. So here question is, find the integral, double integral e power minus x square minus y square dx dy by transforming the integral into polar coordinates. So by changing into polar coordinates, we have to evaluate the double integral e power minus x square minus y square. So here, so we know that the polar coordinates for double integral x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, and dx dy equal to r dr d theta. Dx dy equal to r dr d theta. So now x square plus y square. Now x square plus y square. So x is r cos theta. So x square is r square cos theta, and y square equal to r square sin theta. So you observe polar coordinates are for double integral x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, dx dy equal to r dr d theta. So here x square plus y square equal to r square cos theta, y square is r square sin theta. If taking common r square, we get cos square theta plus sin theta. We know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So therefore, this is equal to r square. Finally, we will get x square plus y square equal to r square because cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So limits, to find double integral, I have to find out limits r theta. S is entire xy plane. So entire xy plane, therefore limits theta 0 to 2 pi. And r is 0 to infinity because it is entire xy plane. So r equal to 0 to infinity. Now, is equal to double integral s e power minus x square minus y square dx dy. Now we are changing, transforming into polar coordinates. We have written x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. We get x square plus y square equal to r square. That is e power minus r square. If you take common minus of x square plus y square, you know that x square plus y square equal to r square. We will write e power minus r square. And we know that dx dy equal to, for polar coordinates, r dr d theta. So limits 0 to infinity, theta 0 to 2. So first we integrate with respect to theta. When we are integrating theta, we treat r as constant. That's why I have written outside r e power minus r square. Integral theta 0 to 2 pi. Integral theta to 0 to 2 pi. 1 d theta. 1 d theta. So 1 d theta, we know that integral of 1 d theta is theta. Theta equals 0 to 2 pi. So limits, upper limit 2 pi, lower limit 0. So substituting limits 2 pi minus 0, 2 pi. Upper limit 2 pi minus 0, 2 pi. We'll get r e power minus r square 2 pi. Pi is constant, writing outside. R is equal to 0 to infinity. E power minus r square to r. E power minus r square to r. So now before going to integrate, just let t is equal to r square. T is equal to r square. So t is equal to r square. We know dt equal to 2r dr. So dt, derivative of t is equal to 2r dr. So finally we are getting, so here we are writing in place of r square t, that is e power minus t. We write here 2r dr equal to dt. So we'll get integral e power minus t dt, r is equal to 0 to infinity. So we know that integral of e power minus t is minus e power minus t. Minus e power minus integral of e power minus t is actually here coefficient of t is minus 1. That's why you get here minus pi into e power minus t. So integral of e power minus t is minus e power minus t. Already pi is there. Minus pi e power minus t. R is equal to 0 to infinity. So upper limit is infinity. So we observe it when r tends to infinity. We write e power minus r square. That is 1 by e power r square. So 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity. So here r tends to infinity implies e power r square tends to infinity. 1 by e power r square tends to 0. Finally, as r tends to infinity, e power minus r square, e power minus r square tends to 0. Because this is 1 by infinity, that is 0. So 1 by e power r square tends to infinity, 1 by e power r square tends to 0. So as r tends to infinity, e power minus r square tends to 0. That is, I have written 0 minus lower limit. So lower limit is r is equal to 0. So r is equal to 0. E power 0. You know that e power 0 is 1. Therefore 0 minus 1. Finally we are getting minus pi into 0 minus 1, we get 5. So simple here. We have taken polar coordinates, x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. We'll get to e power minus r square r, because this is x square plus y square is r square. Dx divided r dr d theta. So first integrate with respect to theta. R constant, we choose when doing integration with respect to theta. 1 d theta is theta. Theta 0 to 2 pi. Therefore, get 2 pi. So again, differentiate integrate with respect to r. We get this is e power minus t dt. So minus e power minus t. So r is 0 to infinity. So as r tends to infinity, e power minus r square tends to 0. And for r equal 0, minus 1. So that will, if here minus lower limit means minus 1. Finally, we get 1. This is second problem. So another model. Evaluate the surface integral of u bar xy. This is x comma x plus y over the surfaces defined by z equal 0 with 0 less than equal x less than equal 1, 0 less than y less than 2, and with a normal n bar directed in positive z direction. Where normal n bar, it is in the direction of positive z direction. Positive z direction. So that means z axis, in the direction of z axis. So here S is a z equal 0, that is the xy plane. S is a surface in xy plane with 0 less than equal x less than equal 1, 0 less than equal y less than equal 2. It is a surface in a rectangle. That is, it is x equal 0, x equal 1, y equal 0, and y equal 2. So now the normal n bar to S directed in the positive z direction. So normal n bar is a in the z direction. It is directed in the positive z direction. So that is a n bar is a in a positive z axis direction. That's why n bar equal to k bar. N bar equal to k bar, because in the z direction unit normal is k bar. That's why n bar equal to k bar. You know that this can be written as 0 0 because 0 I plus 0 j 1 k. That's why k bar can be written as 0 0 1. This also we can write e3 0 0 1. So now ds equal to dx dy. Actually ds equal to dx dy by mod n dot k. That is 1. That's why that we write in xy plane this ds equal to dx dy. So u dot n. So u dot n here u is xy x plus y. That means xy I bar plus xj bar plus x plus y k bar. Similarly 0 0 1 means 0 I plus 0 j plus 1 k. So xy x plus y dot 0 0 1. So this is like a dot b, a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c. So xy into 0 0, x into 0 0, x plus y into 1, x plus y. Finally we are getting x plus y. Finally we are getting x plus y. U dot n equal to x plus y. Already given limits x equal 0 to 1. Already given limits x equal 0 to 1, y equal to 0 to 2. So u dot n equal x plus y. Surface integral of u bar over s equal to double integral u dot n ds. So x equal 0 to 1, y equal 0 to 2. Limits x equal 0 to 1, y equal 0 to x plus y dx dy. You can do this double integral since limits are constants. Whether you can do first y and then x, or you can do with respect to x and then y. There is no problem. First we do with respect to y. So integral 0 to 2 x plus y dy. So x into 1 dy. Y. Here x is when we are doing with respect to y, we treat x as constant. So x into 1 dy equal y. For y integration y square by 2. So here x into integral 1 dy. Yeah, integral dy is y. Integral y dy equal y square by 2. Y limits are 0 to 2. So when we are substituting 2x, and here 4 by 2. 2 square means 4 by 2. That is, we'll get 2. So when writing 0, lower limit minus 0, 0. So we get 0. 2x plus 2 minus 2. 2x plus 2 minus 0 dx. Again, integrating with respect to x, we get, you know that integral x is x square by 2. 2 will be cancelled, get x square. And integral 2 dx is a 2x. Integral of 2 dx. Integral k dx is kx, where k is constant. So finally we are getting x square plus 2x that equal to integral x equal to 0 to 1. So finally we are getting for upper limit 1, for upper limit 1, lower limit for upper limit x equal to 1, this is 1 square 1, 2 into 1, 2, 1 plus 2, lower limit is 0, minus 0. So 3 minus 0, 3. So this is the here directly given limits. So u dot n is x plus y, and w u dot n ds equal to x equal 0 to 1, y equal 0 to fx plus y dx dy. First with respect to y, xy plus y square by 2. X dy means y dy equal to y square by 2. Get y equal 0 to 2. That is a 2x plus 2. Here 2 square 4 by 2 2. So finally we are getting x square plus 2x, x equal 0 to 1. Therefore 1 plus 2 3. See another problem. So find the surface integral of the vector field u bar x comma z comma minus y over the curved surface of the cylinder x square plus y square equal to 1 lying between z equal 0 and z equal 1. So find the surface integral of vector field u bar over the curved surface of the cylinder x square plus y square equal to 1 lying between z equal 0 and z equal to 1. So let S be curved surface of the cylinder x square plus y square equal to 1 lying between z equal 0 and z equal 1. Let x equal cos theta, y equal to sin theta. So limits are theta 0 to 2 pi and already z is equal 0 to 1. Now r bar, you know that r bar is xi plus yj plus zk. R bar is xi plus yj plus zk. Then that can be written as triple x comma y comma z. So here x is the cos theta, y is the sin theta, z. So this is like r bar equal to function of theta z, f bar theta z. So whenever r bar is function of theta z, n bar ds equal to or dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z. You know that already. Initially I told. So whenever r bar is function vw, n bar ds equal to dou r by dou v cross dou r by dou w dv dw. So that's why here n bar ds equal to dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z d theta dz, because it is a function in theta z. R bar is a function in theta z. That's why we write n bar ds equal to dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z d theta dz. For this, first we find dou r by dou theta and then find dou r by dou z. So partial derivative of r bar with respect to theta. You know that for cos theta minus sin theta, for sin theta cos theta. For z, partial derivative with respect to theta, z will be treated constant. When we are doing partial derivative of the z with respect to theta, z will be treated as constant because we are doing partial derivative with respect to theta. So here mistaken. This is minus sin theta cos theta 0. This is 0. I have right. Dou r by dou z equals 0 0 1. So dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z. This is 0 0 1. So here we are right here in place of 1 0 is 0. So now dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z is determined. We know that for a cross b we write I j k a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3 a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3. So in place of I bar is the E1, J bar is the E2, K bar is E3. So E1, E2, E3. So minus sin theta, cos theta. Here we have to write 0, 0 missing. 0, 0, 1. Here it is 0. Dou r by dou theta is 0 here. Cos minus sin theta, cos theta 0. 0, 0, 1. Now E1 into cos theta minus 0. Find the determinant. Cos theta E1 into cos theta minus 0 minus E2 into minus sin theta. This is 0. This is also 0. And E3 into 0 minus 0. 0 minus 0. So finally, you are getting E1 cos theta, E1 cos theta, minus minus plus E2 sin theta, and 0 E3. This can be written as cos theta sin theta 0. Or we can write here IJK, I bar, E1 equal to I bar, J bar, K bar. In that case, we get cos theta I1 I bar, sin theta J bar plus 0 K. So this can be written as triple cos theta sin theta 0. So since R bar is a function of theta z, therefore n bar ds equal to dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z d theta dz. Here we observe A cross B can be find out determined E1, E2, E3, R, I bar, J bar, K bar. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. Here A3 is 0. So we expanding, we get E1 cos theta plus E2 sin theta plus 0 E3. So finally we get cos theta sin theta 0. So R bar equal to, it is a function theta z. N bar ds can be written as dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z d theta dz. So here R bar equal function of theta z. N bar ds can be as dou r by dou theta cross dou r by dou z d theta dz. So this is a cos theta. Already we have calculated cos theta sin theta 0 d theta dz. So you know U bar already given, U bar is x z minus 5. X z minus 5. This is a cos theta z sin theta. Finally get U dot n ds equal to U is a cos theta z minus sin theta cos theta sin theta z. We'll get cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta, cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta, and z into sin theta, and sin theta into 0, minus sin theta into 0, 0. So finally we are getting U is cos theta z sin theta, n bar is cos theta sin theta 0, d theta dz. Therefore cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta, plus z sin theta plus 0. So finally, we know that cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Cos square theta plus z sin theta plus 0. So cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So this is a plus z sin n theta. Cos square theta plus z sin n theta. Here cos square theta, we know that cos square theta is a 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 plus z sin theta. So now surface integral of U bar over S is double integral U dot n ds. So limits. Here it is a function theta z. Integral theta 0 to pi, z equal 0 to 1. So we write the 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 plus z sin theta d theta dz. First differentiate with respect to z. So theta 0 to 2 pi, integral 0, z equal 0 to 1, 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 plus sin theta z dz. Now first we integrate with respect to z. It is we treat constant 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 when we are integrating z. So this is z. 1 dz is z, and for z equal to z square by 2. Integral z dz equal to z square by 2. So here z equal 0 to 1, 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 dz equal to z, and sin theta and for z, z square by 2. So finally we are getting z equal 0 to 1, substituting 1, upper limit 1, 1 minus 0, lower limit 0. Here upper limit 1 is 1 by 2, 1 square is 1, 1 by 2 minus 0. So finally we are getting, so here upper limit is 1 minus lower limit 0, 1 minus 0, sin theta into z square by 2. It is 1 by 2 minus 0. So finally we get one is 1 by 2 integral 1 by 2 d theta. Second one 1 by 2 cos theta. Last one is 1 by 2 integral sin theta d theta. So first one is 1 by 2 d theta. Second one cos 2 theta by 2 d theta. Third one is 1 by 2 sin theta. So first 1 by 2 d theta. 1 by 2 d theta is a 1 by 2 theta. 1 by 2 theta. 1 by 2 theta. That is a theta equals 0 to 2 pi. Theta is equal 0 to 2 pi. And 1 by 2 cos 2 theta. For integral cos 2 theta is, you know that sin 2 theta by 2. You know that integral cos a theta is sin a theta by e. That's why I have written sin 2 theta by 2. And we know that integral of sin theta. Integral of sin theta is minus cos theta. That is, we get minus 1 by 2 cos theta. 1 minus 1 by 2 cos theta. Integral sin theta is minus cos theta. So finally we are getting theta 0 to 2 pi. Theta 0 to 2 pi. So finally we are getting 1 by 2 theta. So 1 by 2 d theta means theta. So theta 0 to 2 pi, upper limit 2 pi, lower limit 0, 2 pi minus 0. And here upper limit. Here sin 2 theta, that is sin 4 pi is equal to sin 0, that is 0. Minus sin 0, 0. So sin 4 pi is equal to sin 0, that is same as 0, that is 0. So here cos 2 pi, we know that cos 2 pi is nothing but cos 0, that is 1. And we know that cos 0 is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So here sin 4 pi 0, cos 2 pi 0. So finally we are getting 2 will be cancelled, 5 is the answer. This problem came in the last April 2019. See another problem. Find the surface integral of u bar equal to r bar. Find the surface integral of u bar equal to r bar over the surface of the unit cube 0 less than equal to x comma y comma z less than equal to 1, n bar pointing outward. So we have to find here the surface integral of u bar over a cube. Its length is 1. Unit cube means length, breadth, height. 3 are equal. Cube means 3 are equal. And length of unit 1. It is a unit length. That means length and breadth, height of the cube is 1. So now here for cube we have 6 faces are there. For the cube we have 6 faces are there. Simply for example, if you take textbook, you take a cardboard, there are 6 faces. So total cube has 6 faces. So let us be APLNO BMC. APLNO BC BMC. BMC be a cube of unit length. Be a cube of unit length. Let u bar equal to r bar equal to x, y, z. So here 6 faces are there. One face is just simple. This is x-axis. If you take, this is a y-axis. This is z-axis. X-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So x, y, z. So first face is ALPN, and take in x, y, z plane OBMC. And for y-axis, on the face on the y-axis BMPL, and the face in YZ plane GOABCL, and the face on the z-axis CNPM, and in ZX plane, in XY plane OALP. So this line is x-axis, this line is the y-axis, this line is z-axis. Here that is the mission. Here this is the x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. Okay. So first we see the face on z-axis, the face on x-axis. This is, we take OA is x-axis, OB is y-axis, OC is z-axis. So first we see the face on the x-axis. That is, we take, I will take ALPN. For the face ALPN. So first I will take the face on x-axis. First, I will take the face on x-axis. So we treat here. Here it is missed. YA is x-axis, OB is y-axis, OC is z-axis. So the face on x-axis ALPN. For this face, this length is x equal to 1, and n bar is a I bar, because the unit normal outside is in the direction of x-axis. So it is a unit normal parallel. Unit normal is perpendicular to the face ALPN is parallel to x-axis. That's why you get here n bar equal I bar, that is 1, 0, 0. You know that unit vector along x-axis is I bar. So ds equal to dy dz, because ds equal to dy dz. So because ds equal to dy dz by mod n dot a, that nothing but 1. So that is ds equal to dy dz. So u bar is x comma y comma z. U bar is a given r bar, that is x y z. So n bar is 1, 0, 0. So u dot n means x into 1 plus y into 0 plus z into 0. X into 1 plus y into 0 plus z into 0. That is, we'll get x plus 0 plus 0, that equal to x, that equal to 1. Because this length OA is 1, that's why x equal to 1. So limits are, it is a unit length of cube, that's why already given in the problem, limits y equal 0 to 1, z equal 0 to 1. So double integral for the face ALPN u dot n ds equal to integral of y equal 0 to 1, z equal 0 to 1, 1 dy dz. First with respect to z, y equal 0 to 1, z. So with respect to 1 dz is z, 0 to 1. So we'll get so 1 minus 0. Upper limit is 1, lower limit is 0, 1 minus 0 we'll get. So finally we'll get integral 1 dy, that is equal to y. So finally we are getting 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, 1. Integral 1 minus 0, integral dy 1 dy equal to y equal 0 to 1, 1 minus 0. So we have taken here the face. Already I told you OA is x-axis, it is a OB is y-axis, the OC is z-axis. We have taken here the face, first face on total cube has 6 faces. I have taken first face on x-axis. Then next we take the second face in YZ plane. This is the OB is y, OC is z. We take the in YZ plane x equal 0. So that's why x equal 0. Now here n bar is minus, because in the for the plane xy, n bar equal to minus I. This is the negative direction. That's why n bar equal to minus I, minus 1, 0, 0. ds equal to dy dz. So u dot n. So u is equal to xyz. U dot n is here minus I means minus I plus 0j plus 0k. That's why I have written minus 1, 0, 0. So u is equal to xy, x comma y comma z. Therefore u dot n equal to u dot n is equal to, so here minus x into minus 1 minus x, y into 0, 0, z plus z into 0, 0. So finally get u dot equal minus x. So we'll get 0 because x equal 0. So it is 0 because here x equal 0. That's why u dot n equal minus x, that is minus 0, that is 0. So therefore w integral u dot n ds equal to u dot n is 0. Therefore, so the surface integral for the face OBMC, for the face OBMC equal to 0. So here we have taken first, I have taken here total 6 faces are there in this for the cube. First I have taken it is in on y-axis ALPN, and then I have taken in YZ. Next I will take here OA is the x-axis, OB is y-axis, the OC is z-axis. Next I will take the face on y-axis. So first I have taken the face on x-axis. Then I will take third one, The phase on y-axis. Phase on y-axis B, M, T, L. So the phase on y-axis is B, M, T, L. This is for this phase. For this phase, y is equal to 1 and n bar equal to j bar, because the normal is normal to the surface parallel to y-axis. So that's why here n bar equal to j bar. J bar means 0i plus 1j plus 0k. So 0, 1, 0. So therefore ds equal to dz dx. So it is ds equal to actually it is it will ds equal to dz dx by mod n dot j, that is the ds equal to dz dx. So u bar equal x comma y comma z, u dot n equal. So x into 0 plus y into 1 plus z into 0. So we'll take here u dot n equal to, will get y, because first term is 0, second one y, third 0, because x into 0 0 plus y into 1 y plus z into 0 0. So only get y. So u dot n is equal to y, but y is equal to 1. Limits x0 to 1, z0 to 1. Similarly, you can do double integral u dot n ds, x0 to 1, z0 to 1, 1 dz dx. So now integral 1 dz is equal to integral 1 dz equal to, so z equal 0 to 1. So integral 1 dz z. So this is 1 minus 0. So 1 dz is the 1 minus 0, 1. Integral 1 dx, x0 to 1. So 1 dx is x0 to 1. Therefore 1 minus 0, we get 1. So finally get for the phase BMPL, y is equal to 1, because it is in this phase on the y-axis. Here y equal to 1, n bar j bar, and u dot n equal to, we get y. So similarly for the phase OCN, now we will take in YZ plane. So OA is x, OB is y, OC is z axis. So for the phase in YZ plane, this is a YCN. So the phase OCNA. So y equals 0, because it is in a ZX plane. So it is in ZX plane, that's why y equals 0. N bar equal to minus j bar. Here n equal to j bar, here n equal to n bar minus j bar. That equal to 0 minus 1 0. ds equal to dz dx. So u bar is equal to x y z. Therefore u dot n is the same thing. Here just here we are getting y, here minus y, because n bar equal to minus j bar. So but y equals 0. Therefore minus y equals 0. For this phase OCNA, double integral u dot n ds equal to 0. Similarly, next. First, I have taken on x-axis and then yz plane. Next is on y-axis and zx plane. Next, I will take a phase on z-axis, that is a CNPM, for the phase CNPM. For the phase CNPM. On z-axis, z equal to 1. N bar is k bar, because the normal is parallel to z-axis. Really, normal is parallel to given surface, but this here cube. So normal is parallel to z axis. Then you will get n bar k bar, that is 0 0 1 ds equal to dx dy. So u bar is x y z. Therefore u dot n, x into 0 plus y into 0 plus z into 1 will get z. So u dot n equal to, you will get x into 0 plus y into 0 plus z into 1. That is u dot n equal to, finally get z, that equal to 1. So limits are here x 0 to 1, y equal to 0 to 1. So w integral u dot n ds equal to x 0 to 1, integral y equal to 0 to 1, 1 dx dy. So finally we are getting integral y equal to 0 to 1, 1 dy. 1 dy. So 1 dy u dot n ds equal to integral double integral 1 dx dy, first with respect to y, 1 dy, this is y. You get y equals 0 to 1, that is 1 minus 0, 1. That is integral 1 dx, but 1 dx is x equals 0 to 1. So 1 minus 0, 1. Similarly, next we take I've taken z axis and I will take in xy plane. XY plane OALB, 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 that equal 0, n bar equal minus k, this equal 0, 0, minus 1. Therefore, u dot n equal to minus z, u dot n equal to minus z, that equal 0. Therefore, double integral, so n bar equal to minus k, therefore u dot n equal to minus z, because here u is xyz, x into 0 plus y into 0, z into minus 1 minus z. Or here getting z, here minus z. But here z is 0. Therefore, for this phase, this is 0. Finally, required surface integral of u bar over s is double integral u dot n ds equal to adding these all adding these 6 surface integrals. 6 for the surface integral for these 6 phases. First one is 1, second one 0, third one 0, third one 1, fourth one 0, fifth one 1, sixth one 0, sixth one 0. So first I find the surface here for the cube. Here 6 faces are there. For the first face on x-axis, so ALPN, for this n bar equal to I bar, x equal to 1. And next we will take YZ plane. Here I am taking YA is x-axis, OB is the y-axis, OC is z-axis. For the face ALPN, I have taken n is equal to I bar, because n bar is parallel to x-axis. And for the face in YZ plane, n bar equal to minus bar and x equal to 0. Similarly, then next we will take third one on y-axis. This is equal to n bar equal to j bar. And zx plane n bar equal to minus j bar. Here y equal to 1, y equal to 0. And next take on z-axis, z equal to 1. And in xy plane, z equal to 0. So adding these 6 faces, we can get the answer. First 2 faces, you can do it. You can easily remaining first faces x equal to 1, n equal to I bar, same. Third one is y equal to 1, n equal to j. Fourth one is, fifth one is z equal to 1, n equal to k bar. For here ds equal to dy dz. For second, n x equal to 0, n equal to minus I, ds equal to dy dz. So similarly, you can find remaining 4 faces. So this is the method of finding surface integral for the cube. For cube, you have to find 6 faces. So finally, we are getting answer adding all these 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. So thank you. Thank you.